LILT Create is our multilingual content generation product that allows users to quickly create on-brand, locally relevant content in any language. And our most recent launch here are create prompts. So you can create multilingual content on pre-trained guided prompt templates for your specific use cases. So we have use cases here across marketing, sales, legal, HR, support, and more. And we have 10 of these prompts today, much more coming in Q1 of 2024. So as an example here, let's say you're like an L&D leader, you could click into HR, and then you might want to create a training course. So you'd click into create under this training course card on the right, and you'd essentially be led on a guided path to creating training course material content in 100 plus languages if you choose. And so it's a really easy end-to-end workflow. And actually, my colleague Sarah will be doing a demo of this very soon, right after my presentation here. And similar to Translate, LILT Create can be powered by the LLM of your choice. So currently we support Amazon and OpenAI. This will expand in Q1 and in future quarters as well. So now that we've talked through some applications of the LILT platform, we'll transition to where we give you access to your own control room. So this is where you can manage your workflows, data, security, and models and more. So we talked a lot about how both Create and Translate and other functions have interoperability with different LLM providers. This is your hub to basically manage that. And so here you can go into configure new LLM providers, or you can edit existing ones. And this, you might want to change providers depending on your individual workflows, or more importantly, for your company's preferences. You might have partners that you already work with, or have preferences dependent on security or privacy reasons. And so we've given you full control on which specific providers you would want, and basically be able to interchange that depending on your individual workflows. So I am going to stop sharing the presentation, and instead I'm going to share the LILT demo. And so now here you can see the 4 use cases laid out in our new homepage. And so we have Translate, Create, Connect, and Manage. And so first I'll go through a Translate demo for you. So this brings you to that page from the slide. So now you can see we can support text and documents as always, image files, audio files, scanned PDFs, and video files, which are coming very soon. And so I'll walk you through what an example of a translation workflow might look like. So we click into Translate, and I do want to highlight that this is actually the same form that you'll typically see for any of these modalities. So we want to basically maintain system preferences here so that you can basically have one type of workflow that you'd have for end-to-end, whether it's for images, video, audio files, or even text or documents. So up here, the default will be instant translation, as always. And so if you click on this toggle, you will have the ability to actually send it for human verified translation. And so for this demo, I actually want to send this for human verification. So I'll toggle this on. And we have the source language is English. The target language, let's call this French. And I'm going to add a job name here. We're going to call this AI Day Demo, FR, and it's going to be an image file. And I could set a due date if I wanted. I'm not going to set that for now. And we have this advanced options. So I do want to make a note that you don't actually have to click into advanced options. You could just enter these 3 fields and you'd be on your way. But if you do want a little bit more control, you can click under advanced options here, and you actually have control over your provider for image to text. So in this case, we have Google Cloud Vision as my own default. That could be AWS, that could be any other providers that you prefer. And I'll show you how you can set up your LLM providers in a second. You can also choose your workflow. So the default here is translate and review, but I could do just translate. I could do translate and customer review. I could do AI plus review. You also have some optionality here. I'm actually not going to make any changes. So I'm going to flip this back up, and I'm going to go now straight into import. And so I have a little image file here. This is actually from the marketing collateral for this presentation today. So a little bit of meta here. And then you can see that the OCR is finished successfully. You have the optionality to download the source text itself if you'd like, or we can send for translation. So I'll click send for translation. It'll create the job, the project, all done. And in a second, it'll take me to our browse jobs page. This is where you actually have all of your projects. So I just have the one for now, but you can basically track all the progress of your projects. And now you can see that it's entered our production workflow. So this is the title that I just submitted. So it's AI Day Demo, French image. And you can also see the workflow that we selected. So we selected translate and review. So that's here. It looks like we have 188 words that we're going to translate. So I'm just going to assume this is going to go through our verified translation workflow, and we'll come back and check on this another time. The second piece I want to do a quick overview on is create. So these are all the templates that we just showed on that slide today. And so there's various use cases that we can support now. So we have marketing, sales, legal, HR, support. And so, for example, if I was an ADR and I wanted to reach out to a bunch of companies in France, so I would be able to click create under cold email, and it would take me through the entire workflow, this guided path with these pre-trained prompts, essentially to create these cold emails. And in this case, I might want to create all these cold emails in French. So just have a prompt, and then from there, you actually generate content.